All right, everybody, we've got Old West Empresario set up here, and if you're not familiar with this word translates into, it is basically entrepreneur. We will be playing a two-player match, and I've got the board all set up here. At the beginning of the game, you will start with a town hall, and that'll be the center of your, well, it's not necessarily going to end, it's be the center, but it is the beginning of your town. Now, each player then would be dealt 3 tiles, and then you're going to select one of those tiles to keep, and you'll return the other 2 into the box, which I have basically back behind here. A ton of extra building tiles that will come out throughout the game, and there you go, get a shot of them, but I keep them kind of hidden so you can't see what you might be drawing out. Now if you notice, this one here is upside down, which and I threw it on the ground just to make sure that, you know, we just take it all out on it. This one's upside down because it has to be built, and the way it gets built, well, I'll demonstrate that as we play the game. This one here, it does not need to be built, but because it has this little symbol up here. So when basically any of the green ones, it is the Native American lands. You do not have to build those. They immediately come active into your town. So whenever it has that little symbol, which typically always associated with the green ones, they do not have to be built. And you get to immediately get the action. In this case, it would be that you would get 2 victory points of 2 people that would enter your town. We'll place them up there. So you get the benefit as well. So that's the start of the game. We each get 3 money as well. And we also get a special ability. Now there are 2 sides to these. There's a basic ability, then there's a special other side ability, and we're going to play the special side ability. This is the basic ability, or standard. What this would say is that each time whenever you would get one of these wanted cards, which I'll cover here in just a second, you would get a victory point and 3 money. We're going to play the fancy side, which is going to give us like a little extra superpower. And in this case, Scarlet, the saloon owner, says that she may re-roll her chosen die and gain 2 money. And if she does, she cannot change the value of it, basically, which I'll explain what that means here in just a minute. And then for player 2, this is Michelle, the blacksmith, and it says, you may treat the leftover die at the end of the round as any number. Once again, I'll explain what that means. All right, so here's what we're going to be doing. We have these 5 dice here, and we're going to roll these. And then we're going to place them up here on these columns here to represent the value. So let's just do that. We're going to say this is first player, so Scarlett's going to get this game rolling, and now she's going to take these dice, and she's going to place them on the numbers right up here, okay? Now, what Scarlett would do as being the first player is that she would look at where the number or the dice are sitting on the columns, and then if she wanted to, she would select one of those dice, and then that would be her action. Now she's going to be able to select 2 dice, and then the fourth or the third die is going to be something that both players can take advantage of. And this will make sense here as we play along. So for instance, if she decided to, she could select this number 5, and then that would allow her to take either one of these 2 tiles. Now we're not doing this for realsies, I'm just showing you pretendies. And then what she could do is that she could add it to her town, and it has to be adjacent to one of buildings that is already active, and in this case it would be the town hall. What you would do then is you would turn it upside down because they have to be built. Remember, the only time you do not have to build them is if it has this X through the construction, you know, the saw and the hammer. And that will only apply to the green ones, which there are some green ones up here if you notice right there and right there. But in this case, it would go upside down, and you would have to construct that or flip it over to be able to activate it and to be able to take advantage of whatever its abilities are down here, which I'll explain in just a bit as well. So one action that you could possibly do is that you could take the tile and add it to your town face down under construction, okay? The other thing you can do is basically just discard. So you can just say, well, this tile's out of the game, and just toss it up there, and you collect 3 coins if you do that. The other thing that you can possibly do is that you can decide to activate, and what I mean by that is that you take this die and you put it into your town, and then you activate each one of the active buildings in your town that match that value. So this isn't a good example, but let's just see. Let's say if we had this one down here, and let's bring it down. Okay, let's say if this was active as well. All right, so what this would say is that if I decided to use the number 5 to activate my town, every building in my town that would take that value of number would get to activate. Your town hall has a question mark, which means any value could activate your town hall. So in this case, what this would say is that the mine, if this was already built, a 5, I would get 2 money, and then my town hall says I spend 1 money to construct 1 building, and in this case, I'd be able to flip this one over, and if this was a 5 as well, then I would be able to activate it as well. The other thing the town hall can do is it can just give you a coin. So you're either going to build or you're just going to get a coin. So those are the 3 different things you can do. Now, before you decide to select the die though, you could decide if you want to increase or decrease the value. A 6 can become a 1, or a 6 can become a 5. A 5 can become a 6 or a 4. Ones can become 2s, or 1s could become 6s. So if you wanted to adjust that, you could before you decided to select. So we'll go over the iconography of each one of the tiles, but let me tell you this real fast. You are trying to also work towards these little goals here. These are the wanted cards. So what this one is saying here is that 3 constructed buildings of the same type or color, and whoever does this first is going to get 4 victory points. So what that means is that you notice that this one's pink, this one's a white, this one's a black, this one's a blue, this one's a green. So whoever constructs those first will get this first top wanted card. This one here is saying construct buildings with 5 different activation numbers. So we already talked about the activation numbers. This is a 5, so that's its activation number. So if you can get 5 different types, so like 1 through 5 or 2 through 6, then you're going to be able to claim this one here. Last but not least, this one here says 2 constructed buildings with each stock symbol, cotton, rail, or oil. What does that mean? Well, we'll cover that in just a second, but the first person to do that is going to get 5 victory points. And if you notice, if you get the gold one, it's worth 2 more victory points towards your score. All right, so there's a couple of other things we want to look at on these tiles. So let's use the mine as a good example. So the mine right here, the iconography basically is stating this is its activation ability. So the name of it's right here, the mine. Its activation is a 5, and whenever you would use a die to activate it, it would give you 2 coins. This right here is the railroad. This is the stock. There's railroad, oil, and cotton. Railroad wants to have as many buildings orthogonally connected to one another to be able to score. And what I mean by that is that you want to be able to create a giant railroad path. So like these 2 connected with this one, like right here connected. At the end of the game, you're going to score your longest path of all of them orthogonally connected. So in this case, it'd be 3 points that you would get at the end of the game. Now on so that's the bottom, so the name, the bottom. The left, the stock option, which there's 1 of 3. And then over here to the right, this is what it's going to be, giving you like in-game victory points if you meet this criteria. So in this case, what it's saying is that if you connect a pink building to this mine, you're going to score 2 bonus victory points for this. Now, if you notice, it doesn't have the plus symbol, so this is a one-time thing. So you can't build 4 pink buildings around this and score 2 points each. It's just going to be a one-time shot. But if you notice, the red does have a plus, which means that for each red building that you connect to this one, it's going to score you 1 victory point. So if you do connect 3 red and then 1 pink to this, I mean, that's a total of 5 victory points that you could score with this one. And the N is the pink one, and if you notice, though, the N works with the green, which would be the Native American plots of land. And then the carpenter building says it needs basically to be completely surrounded. So if you put a building here, here, even diagonally, all the way around, completely surround all 8 sides, you'd get 4 bonus victory points. Plus, if it gets a church, which are the purple ones next to it, you get a bonus 1 point. And that's for each church. The Undertaker is the only one that's kind of negative. And what it says that basically any building that's next to it, you're going to lose a victory point at the end of the game. But every time you activate this building, you're going to gain a victory point, and your opponent is going to lose a coin. So it could very well pan out all right for you. In fact, I'll be honest though, I've never played with these very much, but we'll see if we could possibly incorporate them into this game. So that's the concept of the game, but let me explain a little bit about cotton. So cotton you want to spread out. So for each patch of, so these tiles, you don't really want to put a cotton next to another cotton building, because for each one that you have separated and spaced out in your town, you're going to score a victory point for each one. It's different than the rail. The rail, you want to join them all together. Cotton, you want to spread out. Oil, which is the last one, whoever has the most oil drops in their town is going to score 1 point for each oil drop. The other player scores 1 point for each 2 oil drops. All right, that's pretty much the game, people. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this thing started, and we are going to start with Scarlet. And Scarlet is going to decide which one of the dice she wants to select. Now, ask me the question, how does the game end? Good question. I like that. The game is going to end in 1 of 3 ways. If all these victory point tokens are taken, if we can't place out enough tiles, or most commonly, once somebody builds 15 buildings in their town. So let's get it going. All right, so right off the, oh, and one thing I want to point out too, on these Native American territories, whoever has the most of these at the end of the game is going to score 4 victory points. So these are pretty valuable to get. The other thing about these that's really cool too is that they give you instantaneous effects, and they're really the only buildings that do that for you. So you don't have to build them, they give you instantaneous effects, and whoever has the most at the end of the game is going to score 4 points. Hey, not too shabby, right? All right, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to look at your town and you're going to say, okay, so this one here, it would like to have red ones. It would like to have railroads next to it. So what could I possibly do to try to make this happen, you know, to get basically stack on what it needs, okay? So let's look up here and see what we could possibly do. So the mine here, if you notice, is a railroad. And if I put a red one next to it, that would be good as well. So why don't we draft the mine? So we're going to take a 1. And we're going to draft a mine, and we're going to place it right here. And the hopes is that we're going to get a red railroad, which would be a distillery, to place right here. And then hopefully it'll have the railroad, and we'll connect all these and get all the bonus points for them. So we're taking a bit of a gamble, but hey, she's a gambling gal, right? Look at the cards. Boom, she's a gambler. So that's her action. And now we're going to replace that tile with the new one, which is the carpenter. All right, so Michelle, she is going to take her action, and let's see. So she has 1 Native American territory already. This would be a second one. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's just grab another one, and we're going to place it here, and we could place it next to this one already because it is active. We don't have to start at our town hall anymore. And immediately, she is going to get 1 victory point and 2 coins. So 2 money and 1 victory point. And then we're going to replace that tile, and we're going to remove that number 6 die as well. So let's pull that off. All right, so let's go back over to Scarlet. Scarlet, what shall we do? Well, we can't place anything next to the mines or anything around here, so we need to try to build. We could probably try to take advantage of a carpenter building, which isn't a terrible idea. So I do have a 6, I do have a 5. If we could try to match up some of our numbers, that would be great. This one's a 6 as well. So if I can get this 6 activated, get the carpenter building, the 6 right here, then I could basically use this as a 6 and a 6, and then we summon the devil. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend 1 coin. We are going to change. You know what we're going to do actually? Yeah, we're just going to do that. So we're just going to change this to a 6. We are going to activate that. We're going to take this tile. We're going to place it in our town face down just like that. And then we're going to replace that one and put a new one out. All right, so now Michelle, she is thinking, I don't really need this one right off the bat, because what this is saying is that I pay a coin. Pay a coin to activate any building in my town. And right now she doesn't have a building to activate other than her town hall. And really the only thing, well, I guess she could get a coin, but that's kind of stupid because you'd be spending a coin to get the coin. But you would get another victory point, which is a person. Let's see. Would she want to try to build something a little bit different, get a little frisky here? Of course, we could always look at these and try to get an idea of kind of like a goal to try to work towards if we can. And in this case, you know, maybe 3 of the same color. Well, you know what? That would give it to us right off the bat once we do our next green Native American plot. But let's try to not keep just hounding on that. Let's get something a little bit different, a little bit unique. Let's go for this one right here, the carpenter building. So we are going to take this one and build it up here. No, we're going to build it right there. And the reason is because we want to try to surround that bad boy. So we're going to spin that one there. We're going to replace the tile, put a new one out. Okay, so now that both people have taken both their actions, there is a 1 that's left up here. Now, what Michelle's ability is that she can use that 1 as any type of a value, so it doesn't matter. But in this case, it doesn't matter because all she has is 1 building to activate, and that building can take any number. So right now, it doesn't matter. And same really for Scarlet at the moment. The only 1 building she can use, and you can only activate 1 building when you're using this die. You don't get to activate all of them. You know, different than when you actually, you know, take a die as an action, then you get to activate all the buildings. But in this case, you only activate 1 building. So both players are just going to activate this one right here. So for Scarlet, we are just going to build. We're going to spend 1 coin to be able to build our carpenter building. And we'll spend a coin to be able to do that. And then for Michelle, she's going to do the same thing. Just go ahead and spin that and flip over her carpenter building. Okay. So now we're going to trade off on first player. We have all the tiles there. And now Michelle is going to roll. And we are going to place those dice up here. So we've got a couple of 6s and a couple of 2s. All right. So now Michelle is going to look over, see what she wants to grab this time. Let's see. She could use a church or anything really to just keep surrounding this carpenter building, because you get the 4 bonus victory points at the end of the game if you completely surround all 8 sides, and because you do orthogonal and diagonal. But I don't see a church out here yet. However, I don't mind this one at all. So what this one is that these are civic buildings or government buildings. And what this says is that you're going to get 2 bonus victory points at the end of the game for every one of these wanted cards that you fulfill. That's not a bad deal because I got a pretty good feeling that she is going to fulfill one of those. And why not get bonus 2 victory points for doing that, right? So let's grab that one. And then we're going to put it in her town and we'll place it. We're going to place it up here. Okay, and then we're going to replace that tile as well. Oh, and we do get a church, so that could be good. Now, let's go over to Scarlet. And Scarlet's thinking I might just grab that church because I could place it next to my carpenter building here, and that's not too shabby of a deal. So let's grab that one for her, and let's place it upside down because it is active to the carpenter building. That is A-OK. So let's put out a new tile in that spot. Another church. Okay, so let's see. Michelle. All right, so this one here, if I remember correctly, you score a victory point for each one of your civic buildings, the little courthouse here. And I had the instructions right up here, and I don't know where they disappeared to. I must have carried them off somewhere. That's okay. I'm pretty confident, though, that that's 1 victory point for every white civic building that you build in your town. And, well, she's possibly going to have 1 already, so maybe that's not a terrible idea to try to get another one. Or let's see. She can't get the church. Let's see. She could try to go for this one here to try to get the different ones. She's not doing well with any of the those there with the stock options. So why don't we try to take advantage of that? Let's use this 6, and we're going to grab this one right here, and we're going to place it upside down in that spot. All right, so what the saloon does is it says every time you activate it, you get 1 coin for every building orthogonally connected, and that's not too darn shabby given the fact that you can get 4 money for that tile. So let's put another tile out here for that one. All right. So she wants to be able to activate some, so we are going to activate our carpenter building. So we're going to take this 6 and we're going to use it to activate our town. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this one here, which is basically to build a building for free. So we're going to build this one right here. And now that this one's been built, it immediately becomes active. So what this one says is you get a coin for every active building that's next to it. So we're going to activate this one. But I'm going to use that coin that I would have gotten from it to be able to activate this one, to be able to build again. And in this case, I'm going to build this one right here. So, all right. Did that all make sense, I hope? Good. So let's see. We each have a 4 left over, so each of us can activate the 4. So we'll start with Michelle. Michelle has no 4s that are active out here, so she'll end up using it right here on her town hall by spinning a coin to flip over one of these, and she'll flip over the saloon. Okay, and then Scarlet is going to use that 4 to do the exact same thing, spinning her last coin and flipping over her gold mine. All right. So now first player goes back over to here, and we are going to roll the dice again. Technically, she could have, I forgot, her ability is she could have used that for any one of her buildings, so she could have turned that 4 into a 3. That's her special ability, so we're going to get her coin back and say she used her carpenter building to do that, okay? So let's roll these, and let's see, we got a 5, we got a 4, we got a 3, and we got 2 1s. All right, now Scarlet is first. Let's see, what do you want to do this time, Scarlet? Remember, we want to look for the pink one with the railroad track right here. And there's not one out yet, so that's going to be one to grab. We want to keep our eye on that. So we could use some oil and some cotton to try to get this one right here. So oil and cotton. This is oil, but I'm not crazy about that one. And what else do we have for oil? We have 2 here for cotton. That is a pink one, but it's got cotton on it, so I would like to put it there, but that's not going to work. There's another oil. None of these are all that great. All right. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to grab this one right here, and we're going to start on our Native American ones, and we're going to place it. Let's try to get our carpenter building surrounded more, so we're going to go here. And we're going to use the 1 for that. Let's replace that. And then we're also going to be able to get it. Man, can't catch a break. So what this one says is that I get a victory point I'm sorry, I get a victory point, and then if I wanted to, I could spend a coin to activate one of my buildings. She's out of coins. Ugh, that wasn't very beneficial now that I think about it. That's okay. So now we're just going to go to Michelle. Let's see, Michelle, what shall you do? So she has 1 oil, 1 cotton. She could use a red here or a purple here. What about a purple? If we could get a church, that would be great. There is a church here. Let's go for that. So let's spend a coin. We're gonna transform this 1 into a 2. Roll out. Okay, and then we are gonna place that church right here. Okay, let's put a new tile in its place. Okay, so now it is Scarlett's turn, and she's gonna take a bit of a gamble. She is gonna take this 3, and she's going to roll it and use her ability. It became a 6, so she has to use the 6, but that does give her 2 coins for taking that advantage of that. So she's basically stuck here with these. Let's see. Okay, so this is a victory point for each building that is of the same type. So that could be kind of good. Right now it's not beneficial at all. That takes a 2 to be able to activate. So we're just going to grab this one to grab one that would be our second oil. Which of course I could have used that 6 to activate these, but it's probably not that beneficial. So, all right, so we're gonna place this one. What is this? This is a pink one, right? We're gonna place it up here next to the mine so we could try to get victory points for that. So, all right, so let's replace that tile. Now, we will go over to Michelle. She'll take her last action. Let's see, she could use a red one here, a green one here. She can't get a red or a green at the moment. You know, we might, let me see, so that'd be our second oil. If we can get a cotton, what about another cotton? Okay, both of these are cotton. So if we can take advantage of one of these, let's get another carpenter building cotton. So let's make that into a 3 by spending a coin. And then we're gonna grab this carpenter building, and then we're gonna build it right there. Okay, so let's replace that tile. Okay, so this is a victory point for every 2 money to a maximum of 10 victory points at the end of the game. All right, so there's a 5 left over, so we're gonna start here with Scarlett first, and let's see, so a 5 and a 5 and a 5, so this one here, she gains 2 money, easy enough. I'm sorry, you have to choose just one. I apologize, I almost did all of them. So she is gonna take the 2 money though. All right, so a 5, actually it could be anything she wants. She's gonna use it as a 3, and then she's gonna flip this one over right here. Okay, so let's pull this down. We're gonna move this over, and now we're gonna go again. So roll them beautiful bones. Okay, a 6 and a 4. All right, so let's see, Michelle, what do you want to do this time? So she has her 2 cotton, she'll have her 2 oil. We need 2 railroad tracks. That would be a railroad track, so let's grab that and use that 6, and then we're going to place that next to our other carpenter building right there and grab a new one to replace that one. Okay, oh man, okay. Let's see, so 2 oil, 2 railroad track. I need 2 cotton here, so what could we do for cotton? Could build another mine. That wouldn't kill us, so let's do that. So let's use a 2 right here. We're going to build this one. And it's another mine. Oh, I would have liked to have built it right there. I should have built that. That was dumb. Because then I could have placed this here, and then if I had placed a pink one here, then, you know, I would have been able to stack my mines on it. But that's not going to happen now. All right, so let's place it over here. Okay, so that's 1 cotton. All right, so let's put a new one out to replace that with. So let's see, Michelle, what does she need? She needs 1 more railroad, and let's see, she could just go for it and just grab that. Why not? So she's going to take this one right here, and she'll place it up here and put one out. That's going to be a dangerous strategy, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so she has a 3 left over. No real buildings that are of any special type. She's going to take advantage of her ability. She's going to roll this. That makes it a 2 now. She has to take one of those 2, but she gains 2 coins. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. Let's take this one. We'll immediately be able to construct it. So let's do that right here. And let's do it right here. No, yeah, that's fine. And we get to take advantage of that, which is a victory point, and construct a building. So we are going to construct this one right here and take a victory point. Okay. Replace that building up there and remove that die. And now there's a 3 left over, and both players can take advantage. Now she can make it anything she wants, and she definitely wants to build, so she's going to use her 2. And she is going to construct this one right here. Okay. And then Scarlet is going to make, let me see, it's a 3. She can't change it. Okay, she's going to have to spend a coin to be able to construct, and then she'll construct her mine. All right, so she is already at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6 more into this town. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so we need 15, so 8 more into this town. So, all right, so let's move first player marker over. Let's grab another one of these. Okay, so 6 and a 6. Oops, that should have been a 6, sorry. We have a 4 and a 4, and then we have a 3. And it'll be Scarlet's turn. Let's see, Scarlet, what do you... Man, okay, we need one more cotton. If we can build one more cotton real fast, we're going to activate this bad boy. So we need to make that happen. Let's see. We have 1 cotton here, and we have a cotton here. If we build a... Okay, right here. So let's do that. So we're going to use our 3 right here. Oh, and that's perfect. Yeah, so we're going to do that just like that. All right. All right, let's put a new one out. And now we're going to go over to here, and let's see, she has a 2 railroad, 2 oil, so she needs to build these 2 right here. All right, can she do that? If she grabs a 3, she could, because she could construct 2 of them. She could construct both of them, get that, so we're going to spend 1 coin to make this into a 3, and then we're going to activate that 3. Actually, we're going to make it a 2 instead. We're going to make... Wait a minute, could I do that? No, I could not make it a 2. I apologize. Why is that? That should have been a 6. There we go. I think I accidentally made it a 4 when I was putting it up there. I hope that's what I did. I don't know. Anyways, we got to keep it a 3 because it can only go 1. And then we are going to activate this building here. I wish I could have made it a 2, because then I could have activated this, possibly that one, and that one. But a 3 it is. All right, so we are going to build one with this one. So we are going to build this one right here. And then we're going to spend a coin by using our town hall to build another, which we're going to build this one right here. And now we have our 2 railroad, we have our 2 cotton, we have our 2 oil. So, blammo. She gates that. Good job. Good job, Michelle. Okay, so now we go back over to Scarlet. Scarlet's like, well, piddly poo, that's what I wanted to do, but whatever. So she's going to look up here, try to see what she can do now. All right, so she is going to spend 1 coin, and she's going to turn this into a 3. And she's going to grab this one right here and place it there. And then that's going to immediately give her 2 victory points. So let's grab those 2 points. Let's grab a new tile, place it out. Let's pull that die off of its spot. Okay, and now there's a 6 left over. Let me check. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. We need 5 constructed buildings with 5 different activation numbers. Let me check, see if she did it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close. Needs a 1. Okay, and then she did 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, they're both close. That could make a difference here. Let's grab this one right here. We are going to place it. It's going to give me 1 victory. That sucks, sorry. But let's see, it's kind of... doesn't matter. Let's build it over here, kind of away, because we don't want to build around this one. All right, so let's do that. Let's put this out. That was our 6. All right, so we've got 1 6 left, which means you can activate 1 building with a 6. We'll start right here. She's going to use this here to be able to activate that one, which means now 2 cotton, 2 oil, 2 railroad. She'll gain this one right there. Now we'll go over to here. She has a 6, but she can use it for any type of number that she likes. which she's going to use that as a 3 to be able to construct this one right here. Whew, man. Well done, Michelle. That was a great round for you. Okay, so let's roll these bones. Okay, we've got a 5, we've got a 2, we've got a 1, we've got a 2, and a 3. Okay, so let's see. Michelle, what do you want to do? She could possibly try to work more railroad. Get another railroad, put it right there. Yeah, it's good and bad. So the church will score 1 point for every carpenter building next to it, but then it also scores 1 point for every empty space as well. So placing a building here kind of sucks. It's kind of losing a point. Plus, if you use that one, then you're losing a whole another point too. So none of that's any good. All right, so let's see. So she does, oh, she constructed that one. I do apologize, which means construct buildings with 5 different activation numbers. So she has a 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. So she would get that one right there. And let me see here. So 2, there's no 3, right? And then we have 4, 5, and 6. So she's still not done it. So, all right. And then 3 constructed buildings of the same color. Whoops, should have been this one right here. Should have went to her. I apologize. Let me check. She has not done that. So, okay. All right. Sorry about all that. Sometimes these can be so easy to forget. And I hate when I do that. All right. So I am thinking, though, we wouldn't mind trying to still build a railroad piece right there. I'm not crazy about using another Undertaker building to do it. But at the same time, if maybe that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. I don't know. Because we would like to try to get more railroad. This one's not a terrible one. So let's take this one. So we're going to spend the 2 to be able to grab this one. And we are going to place it right. We want to finish off around this carpenter building. So we're going to place it right there. All right, so what this is, it gives you a victory point, and now if you want, you can spend 2 victory points and activate any column. And what that means is that basically you're just going to get a free action. It's really cool. So let's do that. Let's spend 2 people, and let's see, what would we like to have? Because we would like to try to fill in both of these right here. Well, that's going to be really hard. I'd have to go here, here, and here. So we want to try to go here, here, and here to try to finish boxing in that one as well. Let's see. So what would we want right here? We'd like a red one if we could do that. There are no red ones out, unfortunately. This one's a pretty good one, but we don't have any coins to be able to change the value. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have to change the value. It's of any column I want, so we are going to take that one. So we're going to take this one, and we'll place it right there. Okay. So, all right. Let's put a new tile out. Okay. So let's see. Michelle, what you in the mood for, hon? So we need to put one here, which I would like a pink, and we do have a pink right there, and we do have a pink right there. So we're going to use this 5, and we're going to take this one, and we're going to put it face down right there. Okay, so let's replace that tile. Okay, and that's what I need right there, a red one. Okay, so let's go with Michelle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. She's got 11 buildings out. Nice. All right, so she could use one here and one here. So if we had a carpenter building right here, that'd be for the best. And, well, voila, there's one available. So let's place that right there. And then that would be a 2. So let's replace that. Okay. And now let's see. She could use another Native American plot of land, and that would give you a person and 2 coins, which that's not terrible. Let's see. Oh man, I wish I could have gotten that one. That stinks. Oh well. Let's see. What else could we get? I'm thinking we're going to go for this one right here. So we're going to spin the 3, and then for every 2 coins at the end of the game, you're going to get a victory point to a maximum of 10 victory points. Where do we want to place this one? We'll just place it. There's no symbol on it, so we're going to place it just right here. Okay. All right. So let's replace that tile, and that is now going to activate a 1 in each player's tableau, which of course she could change it to anything she likes. So she's going to use it as a 3 to be able to build something, and she's going to build this one finally, so that way these are each going to score. That's a bonus 4 points now for her. She is going to spend the 1 And there's no building for a 1 to activate, so we'll have to spend a coin to be able to build. That's what I would like to do. And let's build this one right here. Okay. So let's see. Let's check this. 3 constructed buildings of the same type, which we have 3 and 3. I wonder if you could claim both of those, because if you can, which I don't see a reason why you can't, because she has, well, she has 2, and she does have 3, so that would have went to her. Okay. And then construct buildings with 5 different activation numbers. I don't believe she still reached that. And then she wouldn't be able to do it. I don't think you can claim both. I think that'd be weird. So let's see. 2. There's no 3. So nope. Okay. All right. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and get these back. Let's trade this over. And what do we got? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 more buildings built in here. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Same thing here. So once we get three more buildings built, we're basically done. This is probably going to be the last round, to be honest. So let's see. We've got a 4, another 4, a 5. That's exactly what I needed. A 2 and a 3. So she's immediately just going to grab this one. She knows what she wants. She's a smart cow. All right. And then we're going to place that with a new tile. And this is going to score you 1 victory point for every green tile in your town. So kind of want that if you can. Okay, so now we'll go over to Michelle. And Michelle's thinking she would like this one. So she is going to build it. And she's going to place it right here. And that's going to give her 1 worker and 2 money. Okay, let's replace that one immediately. So now, let's see, maybe we should try to activate something in our town if we can. A 4, what would I, oh, we do need that 3. We need that 3 right there. That's a, well, that's a 4, yeah. We need a 3 or a 1. Okay, let's see. We could use that one as well. That's 3 points that would go into our town. That's not terrible. But I need a 3 or a 1 more than anything. Let's see, what could we do? Let's go with this right here. We're going to spend a money to turn this into a 1. Okay. And then we're going to take this one and place it right here. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go over here, which is 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, that's probably not a good idea now to think about it. We're not going to do that because a smart play would not be to do that, because you're gambling that your opponent's going to end the game on you. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is we are going to turn this one into a 5. We're going to turn it into a 5 by spinning a coin. All right, so let's do that. And now we're going to activate all our 5 buildings. So that means right here we could spend a person and a victory, a coin and a person. And we get to take anything from the 5 column right here, which we're going to take this one right here. We're just going to place it right there. Right there. Okay. So now we're going to go, let's see, any 5 buildings. Okay, so let's do this one here to be able to construct. So I'm going to spend a coin to be able to construct. I'm going to construct that one. All right. And now I'm going to get 2 coins for this mine. Now you could kind of turn these sideways if you was going to get confused on what's up. This one here, I'm going to spend a coin to activate any building in my town, which I am going to activate. I'm going to activate this one right here to be able to get. Yeah, we'll activate this one here to be able to build. We will build this one right here. Okay, and that would be it. Okay, so let's replace that one. There was some other things I could have done, but honestly, I'm gonna have to think too long on that, and I don't want to take forever to try to figure it out. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So as soon as that one's built, or another one, then that is going to be end of the game, which is going to happen at the end of this round. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so now she has her choice of something she would like to grab. Let's see, what would you like to grab? Let's grab. another railroad track. Can't really do that unless we take that, and we don't want that. We can get a victory point for each civic building. We would have 1, 2, 3. That's probably worth it. Let's grab that one. So that'd be this one right here. We'll just place it right there. Okay, so let's put this one there. And that was by using that to be able to change it, which would have cost you a coin. Okay, so the last building left is a 2, so we'll start right here. Let's see, a 2. Would be able to activate that, which I guess we could do it, but I don't really want to. Instead, I want to be able to activate this by spinning a coin to be able to turn this one over, and that's my 15th building, so this is going to be the end of the game. All right, and then this one here, let's see, a 2 could get 3 money, but she probably should try to flip over a tile instead. So that's what she's going to do. She can use it for any of them, so we'll get a free activation here. We will turn this one over right there. Okay. And that would be 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, but this one has 15, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, and that would signify end game. All right, so here's what we do. We're going to add up our final scores, and I'm going to have to switch hands on you because I am not a lefty in the slightest, okay? So we are going to say S versus M. So S and M. So that'd be Scarlett and Michelle. First thing we score is our settlements. We'll see who had the most settlements, which if you notice, Michelle has 4 and Scarlett only has 3, which means that Michelle will get the bonus of 4 victory points. So there you go. The ends are the pink ones. So let's look over here. So with Scarlett, she has 1 end for every green one connected to it. She scores a victory point. There's no green ones connected here. There's no green ones connected here. But down here we do have 1 green one connected, which means that would score 1 point. And she has no ends, so that's kind of easy to do. So, all right, so we'll do 1 point and then 0. Distilleries, that's the red ones. So let's see. We have a distillery here. For every blue one connected to it, you score a point. There's not a blue one. What about this one? A blue one connected. That is right there connected, so that is a point. So we'll go back over here and chalk up another point for Scarlett. And then 0. I'm sorry, what did I just do? I skipped mines. That's the problem. So 1 and 0. So now let's do mines because, well, I mean, that is a part of the game too. There are no mines here in this town, so we will skip that. So we do have mines over here. We score 2 points and then 1 point for every red. So in this case, we will score 2 points for this mine, not for each one of these, but just for 1. And then this one here, we would score 2 points, 3 points. So that's a total of 5 points for the mines in Scarlett's town and 0 in Michelle's. So 5 and 0. Saloons, that's the blue ones. So every red one that would be connected is going to give you a victory point, which she does not have any around here. She does not have any there either. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, duh. This one here, we do have a 1 connected, so that'd be 1 point for Scarlett and 0 for Michelle. Carpenter buildings. So this one is not completed because you would have to have them constructed buildings. This is not constructed, so that one does not count. So you would lose the 4 points on that. But this one does have 2 churches connected, so that's worth 2 points. This one is worth a point, and then it is completely surrounded, so that's 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7 total points. And then over here, we have 4, 5 total points. Okay. Church. So you're going to score 1 point for each carpenter building connected to it, and then for each empty space. So in this case, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 total points. And this one is worth 1, 2. Civic buildings. Okay, so this civic building right here is going to give her a victory point for every different numerical type of building activation numbers. So she has a 6, she has a 5, there is no 4. So 1, 5, I'm sorry, but there is a 3, and then there's a 2 and a 1. Okay, I'm sorry. It took me a second there. So that's 5 points for this one. This one here, 2 bonus points for each one of your tiles. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, that's nice. Too bad I didn't flip that one over too. That'd have been nice. So 11 points. Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's go over to here. Civic buildings. You're just going to get a victory point for every 2 coins. That didn't work out well. That's okay. And then 1 point for every native affair. Sorry, every green reservation. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 points here. Undertaker, which we only had one that was put out, which unfortunately is going to be a negative 3 points. Ugh. And then we had none over there for Scarlet. She was a little smarter than that. So now we're going to do our railroad. So longest railroad, which is unfortunately I think just one for Michelle. And then Scarlet was a little smarter in that, and she went 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 points. I'm sorry. So we're going to go 4 and then 1. Now we're going to do groups of cotton. So this is spread out. So this is just one group. So 1, 2. So it's just one grouping. Okay, so that's 2 points for the cotton for Michelle. And for Scarlet, it would be 1 point. Okay, and now let's see who has the most oil, which in this case, Michelle has 1, 2 oil. And Scarlet has 1, 2, 3. So she's going to get 3 points, and she's just going to get 1 because you score all of them. Basically, you get to score all of them, and in this one, it's divided by 2. All right, so 6, 11, 12, 13 points for those, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 victory point for every 3 coins. Neither person got any. Peoples 3 and 3. Okay. So let's add this up. All right, I'll do this on camera to add some pressure to it, okay? Let's see, we got 4, we got 11, we got 15, so 26. 26 minus 3, so 23. So 24, 25, 26, 27, so that would be 40, 43. And then 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 18, 20, 23, 27, 28, 29, 30, 38, 39, 40, 41. There you go. So 41 to 43. And hopefully that gave you guys a great demonstration of Old West Empresario. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.